Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Welcome to the first installment of Fireside Chats with No Fire with the Buttermilk Love Nugget and his butter churn. Today we're going to talk about prophetic words. About 3 weeks ago, I started getting prophetic words in between 2 minutes to midnight and 3:33 a.m. in the morning. And prophetic words are very cool. They're odd words that have to do with my own life. And a lot of them some are obvious, a lot of them take investigation. So it's like this journey where I try to decipher their meaning. And they're words we don't use in our everyday vernacular. Words like circumcision, which frightened me until I realized it was spiritual circumcision. Butter churn was a word. Words like atmosphere, apropos, which is French, so that was cool. My very first prophetic word was, I seen the word input with the I/O, input, output. And what I gather through prayer is that I am the antenna. The Lord gives me input. It is output out of my mouth and input for you in YouTube land. So to operate in these prophetic gifts, I have to do some investigation, like I said. One was butter churn. This consists of a butter churn. We're going to call that the churner. We'll call that the lid. And this came in a pretty harsh time. I'm still in a pretty harsh time in my walk with the Lord. But I was all over the place. Thoughts, emotions, and I felt like I was just being churned up. And I thought that's what God was saying. Like, I'm just churning you up to make you into, something better than you are. Because he told me that he was building a foundation on me, but it was a very, very messy process as he worked my heart inside out, worked my thoughts inside out, worked everything about me to bring me into holiness, walking in holiness, so I can operate in the gifts of the Spirit. But what actually, on further investigation, I have a couple Bible verses that corroborate a spiritual aspect of this butter churn right here in this word that he has given me. Now in Isaiah 7:15 it says, "He shall eat curds and honey when he knows how to refuse the evil and choose the good." Obviously it's not talking about regular curds and honey or butter and honey, which other translations call it. It's spiritual butter and honey. Now, as we mature into Christians, we need solid food. In 1 Peter 2:2, it states, "Like newborn infants, long for pure spiritual milk, that you may grow up into salvation." So we start with the spiritual milk as infants, and as we grow, we need the solid food, the meat, the butter and honey. So I thought this was interesting as it applied over my life, and it applies over to any Christian's life. We need to continually be trying to improve ourselves and mature ourselves and yield to the Lord and the Holy Spirit and obey. And this, as we get pushed out of our comfort zone into new areas, we grow, and at some point we start eating the spiritual food and leaving the milk behind. Leave childish things behind as we move into adulthood. So that's my message for you today. Crave the pure spiritual food. Crave to be a mature Christian, that you may weather the storm, that you may face your problems. He's going to start you off with smaller problems at first, and they will get bigger. But what he's doing is training you. He's building a foundation, and he's building character in you, that as you mature, it's like more money, more problems, right? As we get on higher levels, the problems get bigger, and all our training coming up teaches us to deal with these bigger problems. So do not shrink back from trials, temptations. Don't shrink back. Go through them. If something bad happens, deal with it. Don't try to skirt around it, act like it's not there, sweep it under the rug, anything of the sort. The more that we take our problems head on, the more that we will grow in the Lord, and the more mature that we will become. That is your buttermilk love nugget for the day. Enjoy your week.